I will have single shot Sunday this weekend. Um, we'll go over some cross draw. I'm going to go out to the range and do some filming for that. Bust out the revolver, do some of the big guns, some big iron for you. If you guys haven't seen any of the Alec Baldwin stuff, it's solid gold. It is funny as hell. I don't care. The armorer's fault, we already knew that. You know, the negligence and whatnot. Alec Baldwin denying he ever had his finger on the trigger, though. That shit don't fly with me. I'm not gonna sit around and like let him pass the buck because he was negligent. And they need to quit calling it accidental discharges. It's negligent discharges. You know, that's solely on him from that point. The other people are guilty of negligence, and so is he. You don't point guns at people. You treat it like it's loaded. You don't have your finger on the trigger. If you watch my little demonstration videos that I put out earlier, it's easy to cross draw trigger discipline. Keep your finger on the cylinder. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's just common negligence and people passing the buck. So, you know, his whole defense on this court case is going to be the entirety of it is, oh, well, you know, they handed me a cold gun and I thought it was supposed to be a cold gun. And I only shot this woman, Helena Hutchins, because she told me to point the gun in that direction. No, you don't point firearms at people. It doesn't matter. This dude sits on a board of people that are like anti-firearms. I mean, George Clooney, one of the biggest liberals there is in Hollywood, even criticized Alec Baldwin for his stupidity on firearms. It's like, come on, dude. Really? So I don't know. That'll be hilarious. I got a huge kick out of the one guy having to read the Bluetooth name of the chick that was on set that he was talking to. I thought that was hilarious. Let's see, what was it? My camera grip pussy pal. I about died. I was laughing at that one. Oh man. Just, can you imagine sitting in court, an entire nation, probably a couple other countries, people watching all this stuff too, and you got to read that off? I mean, you know, I've been in court a few times. Sometimes there's some interesting cases on the docket before you while you're waiting for your traffic ticket or whatever, and it's entertaining. I get a kick out of it. So we'll see what goes from there. As far as firearms goes, you know, just keep disproving all the people in with all the stupidity, negligent discharges, whatnot. Firearms, you know, it's our right as Americans. I'll always fight for that. Stupidity, well, I'm going to call it out. There's a great channel that I highly recommend you guys check out. They're freaking hilarious. It's called the Babylon Bee. And one of them, they have like an AR-15 on trial and how an inanimate object and all this stuff. It's pretty funny. They've got some other ones that are for reasons why we shouldn't have guns. And one of them had me laughing hysterically. It was forget about, you know, needing arms to protect ourselves from tyranny and leaders and things like that. The government's got nukes, man. We can't keep up with that. So just don't even worry about it. I don't know. Guys had me laughing like crazy because Biden just about a month ago said something along the lines of, oh, well, they want the AR-15s. Well, to come with us, you'll need an F-15, you know, and that's like perfect reason right there for, you know, protecting yourselves against tyranny. So you want to go 2A all day. I mean, that's the way to do it. Great, funny channel. Is 2A JCal. Guy's hilarious. He covers a lot of stuff, making fun of California gun laws, idiots shooting guns off in the air. He labels them as smart individuals, which, you know, couldn't be more perfect than that one. Definitely check him out. Johnny Q, the TikTok cop, that dude's gone. His channel sucks. He's got no content. Nobody gives a shit. Unless you're like, you know, 12 or 13 and he's got to do ASMR and Fortnite. Hey, Jesse, just talking shit, just doing some shit, trash talking, you know, making fun of the Alec Baldwin case, being that it deals with firearms, and Alec Baldwin, how screwed he is, you know, never putting a finger on the trigger. He would never do that. No. So, yeah, but that's really all that's going on here. Other than that, I'm taking care of sick kids and probably will not do a show till Sunday because I'm going to go to the range. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesse, you know what? I decided, screw it. I'm just going to start bashing Hollywood people when they do dumb stuff with guns. Calling it out. Calling it out. Nobody from the old community. I don't hang around there anymore. You probably noticed. Kind of just too weird for me. Gotten a little too weird. You know, too much. Yeah. Anyways, but you know, yeah. I'm just talking smack on Alec Baldwin with the. Oh, I never had my finger on the trigger. I would never point a gun at anybody. Never, never. I have the clip right before, you know, he does his rehearsal where he pulls the gun out. He's got his finger on the trigger the entire time and pointed right at. And I'm just thinking in my head, okay, if you've been in Hollywood for 50 years, you know the protocol. You would be smart enough to check your gun before, even if they say it's a cold gun on set, and here you go. No, Mr. Alec Baldwin, no, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. But he did point a gun at somebody. He did have his finger on the trigger. He wasn't watching what was behind him or his surroundings and area. And person died, person got hurt. Another person's going to go to jail for 18 months for manslaughter, and he will too. So, I mean, it's... I know, exactly. They don't just fire themselves. And, like, the other thing is, too, is the type of revolver he has. See, I can't do it on a live. I'll have to put out a video later because I have one similar. You have to cock it back every time. It's not like, you know, like my 357, I can pull the trigger, it'll cock, rotate the cylinder in that pistol, that revolver. These older revolvers, like the one in the movie, cock it back, shoot, cock it back, shoot. You know, it's because the firearm itself is from 1872. That's the model they're going for. It's a Colt Army 45. And, you know, so that also means he was cocking it back as he was pulling it out and pulling the trigger at the same time. And, oh, Alec, what do you do? But I don't know. It also doesn't really help his case that every time he spoke to law enforcement, either on the phone or in person, he didn't have his attorney present. He basically screwed up a defense of playing ignorant and dumb, trying to state that I thought it was a dummy gun. You know, there was no real, I didn't know it was a real firearm. No, oh, I knew it was a real firearm. I'd never point a real firearm at somebody, though, and, you know, knowing it's loaded. I mean, he just totally burns himself. It's hilarious. And so, I mean, yeah, like 357s, like the ones you and I have, because yours is a snub nose, I think, if I remember when we were talking last. You don't even have to cock it back once. You pop the cylinder back in and you can pull the trigger and it just goes. But with his, you had to manually, continuously do it. The FBI, they did a forensic test on it. There's no way the gun would have gone off. And they even beat it with a mallet while it was loaded, trying to get it to go off. And then finally, after they broke it, it went off. But it didn't hit, the hammer didn't strike all the way because it had a safety notch in that. And so the hammer stops. And so, yeah, the clips on my channel, you've got the prosecutor in Hannah Gutierrez Reed's case. And I feel bad for the girl. I honestly do, but she was sloppy. You know, and I feel like there was a lot of other people that should have got some blame. It shouldn't have all just been her, but they got immunity for tampering with evidence and crap. But I don't know. I don't know. I have a bunch of clips from that court hearing, and it'll be interesting to see what Alec Baldwin's is. So that'll be something to look forward to. But yeah, other than that, not much else going on. Like I said, I'm gonna go take care of some sick kids real quick here. Maybe, hopefully, someday get my channel built back up like it was the original one. But it happens. It's all for making fun of the TikTok cop Johnny Q. He got upset because I called him out on some bullshit. He was claiming he was a cop, and he never was. And so, anywho, fun stuff. But anyways, thanks for dropping in, Jess. I'm going to bounce now. And I'll have more stuff on. I'm going to go shoot at the range, do cross draws, just to make fun of Alec Baldwin. And we'll see what goes from there. Take care.